Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, it's a cold, rainy day here in Myrtle Beach, and I'm waiting for the mechanic to come. We have to take off the old transmission to be able to identify the old damper plate because we were not able to identify it based on the specs of the new transmission and the old engine. So the damper plate is the piece of equipment that goes between the bell housing of your engine and your new transmission. However, what if you want to have everything all ready to install on day one? Well, you got to know what the damper plate ratings are. Now, if you have lots of time on your hands and you're doing your own mechanical work, you can just take off the old transmission, and then you'll see by taking off the old damper plate exactly what are the specs on it, and then you can order a new one. In my case, I want to get everything all set up one day. Mechanic comes in and out, helps you change the transmission, so I need to know what kind of damper plate do I have. But guess what? You can't figure it out unless you actually take the old one off. Especially on these older boats, because there's just lots of possibilities of what it might be. So you should always put on a new damper plate when you change your transmission. So just waiting here for him to get here, and I'm really excited because this means we can move forward. So I'm waiting. Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, it's foggy out today, day 2. I'm still waiting for my mechanic to come, so I'm hoping he's going to call soon. Well, my mechanic did contact me, and unfortunately he said he has strep throat, so I guess we're going to just have to wait until his throat heals of that infection. All right. Well, what am I learning? Well, I'll tell you what I'm learning. First lesson is nature is beautiful, and there's nothing like living out in nature.
That is so cool. I'm really happy to do this with you, Vinny. I love you, honey.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Oh, wow, it looks like it's glowing red at the bottom right.
Yep.
Wow, that looks so cool. It looks like it's glowing red. It is so neat.
We've also been learning that when you go through certain trials and adventures together, it just makes you go closer with your crew or your significant other. Hey everybody, so our bilge has been filling up with water, which is a real concern. You know, our Emerson quote is, "Do what you fear." And that's one thing certainly that's been true. When you come out of your comfort zone, you face some of your fears and you can learn a lot and really grow.
You cried out in your sleep last night. Did you have a nightmare?
Living on close quarters with someone, you learn quickly how to get along even better than when you're living a normal, traditional lifestyle.
Thank you, Vinny, for harvesting the aloe. It was taking over, and I appreciate your care.
It's a lot of good aloe there.
It's a lot of aloe. Yay. No more being pricked.
Another thing I've learned is that it's really great to have someone that you can connect with who knows more than you, who can offer you their guidance. I think anything that you do in life, if you have mentors or people that know more than you do, because then you can learn from them. We spent a peaceful evening in a beautiful remote anchorage.
Can you see the moonlight on the water?
Such a beautiful, peaceful night, but when we woke the next morning, we were in for a surprise.
There was 60 feet of chain, and I could pull it up about 20 feet at a time, but then the current would overcome the engine, and then I had to let the rest of the chain go back out again. Vinny told me to come back to the cockpit and wait for the waves to settle.
Although I'd be the most natural candidate to haul in that heavy chain by hand. In this case, even if I did have an experienced helmsman trying to control the boat, the current was so swift and the waves exerted such a force that it would have been difficult for anyone to haul all that chain in. Maintenance never ends on a sailboat. My next project, after we get the transmission installed, hopefully this week, is I really need to inspect our steering. There is a chain in there and cables that need to be lubricated and needs to be checked because we do not want to lose our steering, and that can happen in sailboats. Fortunately, most sailboats have a emergency tiller which is very easily accessible, but in our case, our emergency tiller is not really accessible almost at all. The emergency tiller fits right onto the rudder itself, and then the helmsman can steer to safety. Our emergency tiller, however, is located in the rear stateroom.
What compass point should I turn the handle? What did you say? I can't hear you. Did you say 160 south? Okay, 160 south. Oh, I can barely watch this thing. Oh my gosh.
We need to have something fabricated so we can bring this emergency tiller up through the hatch top here and to the helmsman. So in the morning I'm going to give my mechanic a call, and hopefully he's over his strep throat and that he can come and schedule this week and we can get this transmission ready.
Hello everyone. So while we're in this limbo transmission repair zone, there's still some progress being made that's very important. Vinny has lost 20 pounds in his weight loss and lifestyle change, and I'm incredibly impressed and really happy for him. He says he feels better, he looks better, he had to get new jeans, which is great. So really proud of him, really happy for him. In the meantime, we are hoping the transmission will be installed this week and the steering will be able to be inspected. And so there's still progress being made.